Welcome to the Carriker Chronicles, the People Show. Check the Pulse of Husker Nation, brought to you by Nebraska Spine Hospital. I hope each and every one of you fine folks had a glorious weekend, and I hope you have an even more gloriously glorious week upcoming. Now, I finally got a chance to watch all of the press conferences and all the coaches from a week ago, what they had to say. I got 6 kids, ladies and gentlemen. Sometimes I fall behind on stuff, but I finally got a chance to watch everything. And there was a lot of interesting stuff talked about, but what stood out to me the most might surprise you. Special teams. What was said about special teams? And Nebraska's special teams coordinator, Mike Dawson. Okay, head coach Scott Frost asked Mike Dawson if he'd be the special teams coordinator, kind of head up, take that job and that bull by the horns, and he said, hey, no problem. The head man asked you to do something, you light that candle. Kind of my words, not his, but you get it. It kind of got me fired up. Because he's clearly fired up about it. And you can see it resonated with the other coaches, got the other coaches fired up about it. So here's what Coach Dawson had to say. He said, and I quote, "We're trying to build a culture with guys on the importance of special teams because it's a matter of winning and losing." End quote. There's that word again, culture. All right. I talked about it on Friday's show. If you missed Friday's show, go back and check it out. People in Nebraska seem to be tired of this word culture, but it's important. It's vital. Okay, now here's the deal. A lot of times you want to see whether a team's culture is really sticking or not, watch their special teams. Because young guys or guys who may not be playing as much typically end up on special teams. Okay, now starters, they do want starters to start playing more special teams here at the University of Nebraska, and Travis Fisher, the DB's coach, talked about that, and I'll address that here in a little bit. But a lot of times, if people are bought in, you watch their special teams, and they're going a million miles an hour, and the special teams tend to be really, really good. Bought into culture I'm talking about. If teams aren't as bought into culture, the special teams tend to not be great. So I don't know how bought in the guys have been into the culture to this point. Obviously, they're trying to make a change going into the year 4 the coaching staff is. And if there's going to be a change in the culture, you'll see it on special teams. 2 + 2 = 4. If I'm bought in and this is my opportunity to play on the field as special teams, boom, I'm going to go a million miles an hour. Special teams are going to be a lot better. So I'm curious to see how that equates into the 2021 college football season for the Huskers. Now, tight ends coach Sean Beckton said, and I quote, "We've lost too many games around here in the special teams department. We're not," this is my favorite quote that I saw all day, okay? "We're not putting it on the kids, it's on us," end quote. Talking about the coaches. I freaking love that. Now, let's look back at the Husker special teams, all right? They gave up 2 embarrassing fake punts last year that was teams converted against us. Not fun to watch. All right, we were ranked 111th nationally when it came to net punting for ourselves and routinely struggled on kickoffs and kickoff returns. Now, Connor Culp, Big Ten Kicker of the Year. He is obviously a bright spot. Okay, so there are some building blocks. Now, Dawson himself has a lot of experience coaching and special teams in the past. Now, Coach Dawson wants to start with basics, fundamentals, and techniques. That's where football really is. At the end of the day, it's blocking and tackling. That's what separates football from flag football. Here's what Dawson said, and I quote, "If your techniques and fundamentals aren't great, then you're not going to have a chance for success," end quote. Now, he's got other coaches fired up. He's got me fired up. Here's DB's coach, Travis Fisher. He said, I quote, "I don't care who it is in the room, walk-on scholarship kid, you have to start at least one special teams to be a DB around here. That's just the culture. We're trying to build a culture with guys on the importance of special teams because it's a matter of winning and losing," end quote. Here's my response. It's about time. Too many games are won and lost in special teams. It's an equal third of the game. I've said this before. Probably say it again. I'm going to repeat it right now. If it's kickoff return and you get the ball at the 15 versus the 35, especially with the offense that is, struggled at best, that's a big difference. That's 2 more first downs. That's 20 yards. Defensively, we're getting better, but we got to continue to get better. If the opponent gets the ball on their 35, they're only 15 yards from midfield. But if they get it on their 15, guess what? That's 20 more yards, 2 more first downs they got to get against, hopefully, an even more improved defense that could be pretty good this year. We'll see. Special teams, ladies and gentlemen, an equal third of the game. I'm fired up after hearing what Coach Dawson had to say and what the other coaches had to say as well. Go Big Red, and always remember, have a great week and throw the bones. Thanks again to our sponsor, Nebraska Spine Hospital. Ladies and gentlemen, when it's your spine, you do not want to mess around, and experience matters. That's why you can trust the experts at Nebraska Spine Hospital, the region's only spine-specific hospital. They are the best at what they do.